In this video I'm going to show you how you can use Apple loops and audio files with the live loops grid in Garageband for iPad. You can add Apple loops and audio files to cells in an audio recorder or amp row of the live loops grid, or to an empty row. If your song has an empty grid and regions in track view, you can import all the regions from tracks view into the live loops grid as well. Let's have a look at how you can add some Apple loops then. Tap an empty cell and then tap loops. The loop browser then opens on the right hand side. Choose a loop. Remember, you can preview the loops by just tapping once and getting a flavour of what it sounds like. That sounds quite good. So what we're going to do is to add this, tap and then drag into that chosen loop grid cell. What you can also say is you can go and get more Apple loops. And likewise, you can go into the sound library and download more sounds if you are allowed. But if not, you can just drag one existing one in there. So you can just test if they work. You can add as many Apple loops as you feel or you have space for. And you can also add in audio files as well. You simply tap an empty cell. Now this time we're going to have to go to an empty cell of a new row. Tap once. And then we tap loops. Now audio files you'll store in the files section, and what you can do then is you can browse the files app from within GarageBand to stop you from having to leave that. So if you've got an audio file already, then you can select the audio file from the proper place that you've stored it in the files app. Or if you've got them in the iCloud drive, for example, if your school uses a drive, then you want to be able to locate that, then you can then share that and then import that as well. So if you've got any projects that you have already, then you can add those in. So the process is fairly simple. And then once you've got either your audio or your loop, you can then affect that and trigger that as appropriate. You can also edit them as well by double tapping. You can also bring up the information about all the different things, the facets, the volume. Single tap will then also allow you to edit. You could also go and look at that in the track view, and there you've got the instrument there that you've used. So have lots of fun with that, and I will see you in the next video.